But the opposite of that, back in my great state of California, my very own governor, Gavin Newsom, has vetoed our menopause bill, not 1, but 2 years in a row. But that's okay, because he's not going to be governor forever. And with the way he's overlooked women, half the population, by devaluing us in midlife, he probably should not be our next president either. Just saying.
Holly Berry. We got to talk about Gavin Newsom. And as you heard there in that first clip, Holly Berry threw a little shot at him. Yeah, things are changing in Hollywood at least a little bit, because I also have a clip of another Hollywood actor, David Spade, calling out Gavin Newsom. And you don't really see this typically, right? Because we always see these so-called celebrities always caping for the Democrat Party. Ooh, Gavin Newsom's so amazing. He's so nice. He's so great. Even though he's taxing the crap out of y'all. Like, my goodness, man. Like, I mean, I know a lot of these folks make a crap ton of money. But, bro, if I made $100 million and you taking 45, 50 of that, I'm going to be pissed. I don't care. I know some people going to be like, Rich, don't be greedy, bro. No, that's not greedy, though. I earned my $100 million. And you taking half? For what? It's crazy to me. But let's hop into this clip of David Spade and what he had to say, because I got some more clips to show you guys about California. It's not pretty for Gavin Newsom. Check it out.
The same broader problem with people paying taxes in California when they're building a $100 billion train to Sacramento, San Francisco area. That I don't know if everyone's clamoring for it when you could take $10 billion and probably fix a lot of problems in California. But they keep pushing this 10-year thing about the train. That's just one of the crazy things. The homeless, they lose $20 billion, but they want more money for it. Well, that's why people get tired of paying taxes and going, well, what are you doing? Gavin Newsom just vetoed a bill asking for an audit of where the money for homeless goes. He said, not a chance. You're not going to see that. That's
well, I don't think anyone
move.
could disagree with this. There are states, I don't have them offhand, who basically you go to their website and they tell you where all the money's going.
Yeah.
Line by line. Maybe it's thousands of pages a year, but you can see where it's going. So when he's behind the curtain, don't pay attention to Gavin Newsom. You know, it's a little bit
just frustrating because you go,
Yeah.
you can't ask for more. I mean, if someone's if you're in a household and someone's blowing all the money, you go, what are you spending it on? Don't worry about it. Just give us more money. You go, well, I'd like to see something. And if it's fixing homeless, great. But don't just take it and then be like, homeless has gotten worse. You go,
it's like,
but you just
excuse me, Gavin Newsom. Excuse me. Could we ask where the $20 billion went? Or
that's a great question, but no.
Garth, I'm sorry.
That was Garth asking?
It was Garth, a little bit of Garth. But
yeah, what is going on? What's going on in California is absolutely mind-boggling. The amount of money that they've spent on homelessness, right? Or that they've spent. I should have said spent, right? Because I don't think they've spent anything on this homelessness issue. Like, check out this clip from California. How great does that look? Like, my goodness, man. My goodness. Ridiculous. And I've got more clips. Matter of fact, here's another one. I'm gonna throw this up on the screen. Look at this. Like, out in the middle of the street, bro. In the street. Like, come on, man. Look at this. Yeah, all right. That's enough. but they fixed the homeless issue. Right. The homeless issue is so terrible in California. So I'm sure you guys are aware the Olympics are coming to America. And you know where it's going to be? California. And someone went to the Olympics website and take a look at some of the images that the Olympics posted from California. Check it out.
I'm on the website right now for the Olympics in LA. This is a photo of downtown LA, and what do you see here? What is that? That is a homeless encampment that you will see if you drive down the 10. Yep, you will see that. Or the 110. They're not lying about it, but at least Photoshop that out. Look at the trash. Look at the trash. What are we gonna do, Mayor? What are we gonna do to prepare for the Olympics? Because this here, hey, that's the real LA.
Like, they couldn't even find a clear picture of California without any homelessness. Because you know they probably took, hundreds of pictures, right? They took hundreds of pictures, and a lot of them were just too many homeless people to use. You got a needle in the background of this image. We can't post that. There's a needle sitting right there on the road, right there. We're not gonna post that one. Here's a decent one, I guess. I mean, there's a homeless encampment in the background, but you can't see any needles or poop on the ground in this one, so we'll use that. That is how terribly run California is. They can't even find a clean picture with no homeless people in it, or encampments, or needles, or poop on the streets. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Now, I want to play this clip of Nick Shirley because he actually put California in the spotlight as well. Check it out.
Oh, there's massive fraud in California. I mean, the homelessness has just increased as they receive more money. And that's just one part of it. And like you talked about the light rail and everything like that, the fraud is like crazy in California, and they have the highest taxes.
Yeah, they want more.
Yeah.
Nick, has anybody approached you about this thing? I tweeted about it. I had never heard about it, but these guys educated me on it, called QUITAN, which is this framework where you can actually sue on behalf of the state and on behalf of taxpayers. Has anybody approached you about thinking about using all of the information that you've garnered to try to launch some of these lawsuits, or no?
Yeah, I actually had somebody reach out to me the other day about it. So I'm going to actually hop on a phone call with that guy.
Yeah. Also, as I understand it, some of these whistleblower laws reward the whistleblower with something like 20 to 30% of amounts
up to 50% in some cases.
Yeah, that are, I don't know if it's like fines or it's amounts that are recaptured.
Recaptured, yeah.
But I don't know, Nick, you could become a billionaire here just with all the billions you've exposed.
I know, right? I got to sit down and figure it out.
I know that's not why you're in it, but
you'd be the most well-loved billionaire in America if you did.
Absolutely. Well, the way to do it is, since you're drafting off of these other news reports, is to set up your own tip line. So, Nick, what's your website? Or do you have a website where people can donate? And do you have a tip line? Because you wouldn't get the whistleblower awards for the stuff Fox 9's been doing for a decade, but for the next one, you could. So what is your website where people can donate, Nick?
Yeah, everything just on social media. So they can message me on any platform. I should probably get a website going.
Nick, what's your social media handle where people can DM you and donate?
Yeah, it's just Nick Shirley. And if you go on X, I do have my tip section open. So if you would like to donate there, that gives them all the, Perfect. Whether it be Venmo, Cash App, crypto, you can all do it right there.
So x.com/Nick Shirley. You can go right there and you can tip if you want to support this kind of research. Well done, Nick.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Shout out Nick Shirley, man. Shout out to Nick Shirley. He's obviously discovered quite a bit going on in California, and the Nick Shirleys of the world have inspired other people to do the same, like this young lady here who took it upon herself to take a look at some of the fraud that's going on in California. Check it out.
Well, it was definitely Nick Shirley's work in Minnesota. And when he started showing up at daycares, I'm like, you know what? I bet you anything we have similar situation going on here in California. What I did was I went straight to the source. I went to Gavin Newsom's own Department of Child Services. I started reviewing reports, and these were from inspectors that were showing up to licensed daycares. They were licensed for 8 kids, for 15 kids, 21, 28. And On the reports, it clearly says, 28 kids enrolled, but then the state would show up unannounced, sometimes within just 8 days, and there were 0 kids there. What are the odds? In the middle of the day? In the middle of the week? During normal business hours? That's when I started calling them ghost daycares. What I did was I went to the state's own website and I searched San Diego County alphabetically. So I wasn't focusing on any kind of surnames or ethnicity. I was just starting off at A and going there. And this was all happened on a Sunday. It was shocking, but not surprising what I found. I found 3 ghost daycares within the first hour.
See what I mean? And so what I think is happening here is Democrats have figured out a way to funnel money back to themselves. Because obviously their policies are absolutely garbage. So they have to have a way to convince folks that they're the ones that they should be voting for. And the way to do that is money. So you pay for ads, you pay for airtime, maybe you pay off mainstream media a little bit, throw them a couple of dollars, you see what I'm saying? And they all spit out the propaganda. Obviously, your ads are playing everywhere. They're being shown everywhere. You got the billboards everywhere in people's faces, and that's all people are seeing. So maybe people start to believe it. And they do that via donations. You see what I mean? So you funnel the money to these consultants, right? Especially with something like the rail line, right? These consultants that are consulting on this and that and the other, you're paying them buku bucks. I'm like, hey, make sure you make that donation, So they're funneling some of the money back to you when it comes to some of these allegedly fraudulent daycares. Hey, wink, wink. You know where to send that donation to. We gonna cover up everything else. We're gonna say everything is on the up and up, but you know where to donate. I can almost guarantee you the people that are connected with the rail lines, or the rail line, not the rail lines, the rail line and these alleged fraudulent daycares, they donate to the Democrat Party. I'd be willing to make that bet. Seriously, I would be willing to make a bet anybody connected to those daycares or that rail line donates to the Democrat Party. I'd be willing to make a bet on it. Bet it. And so it's going to be interesting to see what Gavin Newsom is going to do, because we all know he wants to run for president. I mean, he comes out and says, oh, no, I'm not thinking about president, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. But it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to try to convince folks that he is the right one for president. And as a matter of fact, I want to play this clip from Victor Davis Hanson, because he lays it out pretty well here. Check it out.
Gavin Newsom right now will probably have a $17 billion deficit. California has the largest unfunded liability of $250 billion that they don't have the money to meet. Largest number of homeless, largest number of illegal aliens, most expensive houses, highest gas tax, highest electricity tax, highest sales tax. Not 1 foot of high-speed rail, $15 billion down the rat hole. Solar plant blows up, battery plant in Monterey, remember that? 2 of them, $1 billion. Solar plant in the desert, oh, it doesn't work anymore. That's just $2 billion. Oh, 17,000 driver's license. This is Gavin Newsom. But my point of all that is, why then is he funding a reparations commission? Or why does he give $500 million in Medi-Cal when Medi-Cal is broke and he needs $2 billion from the federal government, and 50% of the births are on Medi-Cal and 40% of the population are on Medi-Cal, and he gives illegal aliens Medi-Cal? He says he didn't, but he did. He said $500 million and now it's gone. But does he ever understand that he has a $17 billion deficit looming? Maybe that was the reason why. If you have the highest income taxes and the highest sales taxes and the highest gas taxes, you would think that you would be flush with cash. No, he's going to run for president. I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to say, I'm going to do for California? I'm going to do for America what I did for California? I was just looking the other day what he's been saying. Here's my plan to lower electricity. Here's my plan to lower gas. Here's my plan to build 6-lane freeways and stop the carnage. Here's my plan to address high-speed rail boondoggle. Here's my plan to deal with the most homeless in the nation. Here's my plan to lower sales taxes. This is my plan to make housing the most expensive per square foot in the country. No, I'm going to hit Donald Trump in the mouth. He's a bully.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch Gavin Newsom try to run for president because, like he said, what is he going to run on? Yeah, I'm going to do for America what I did for California. No thanks. How do you have the highest taxes and your state is in debt? How is that even possible? You're taxing the crap out of your citizens, and you've taken a budget surplus into a massive budget deficit. How does that even happen? You know, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff. But as always, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this wild stuff, man. Gavin Newsom very well may be the worst governor America has ever seen. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.